Yeah. Make sure y'all call up.
It's the rumble. It's the rumble.
Yeah.
We are live. What's
We
up,
live,
y'all?
baby. Call in. Oh, my fault.
Sorry we're late, but we are so grateful that you guys tuned in. And we have a good talk today, a good talk. We have some great guests on.
Introduce yourself.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
not
I'm
everybody
Chanel
knows
Red.
who you are.
I'm Chanel Red, for those of you tuning in for the first time. I'm Chanel Red. And to my left here is JJ Jonathan Jennings.
JJ did it. J Marv, that boy Breeze.
All of that.
Repping the Who Dat Nation today. As you can see, I'm wearing the hat. It's championship weekend. So,
rub it in.
You know, we got some Patriots fans in the building. We got some Bills
Boo.
fans in the building.
Boo.
Of course, I've been a Saints fan since '88. Since some people are asking about our credentials in here, let me just put that out there.
Yeah.
Bobby Hebert, Eric Martin, Craig the Ironhead Hayward,
Oh,
Dome
man. He's
Patrol,
doing the names,
Pat Swilling,
guys.
Vonja. Because some people can't name the players. Not naming any names, but some people.
But I can. I don't know. I don't know
some-
about
some
anybody
people,
else.
We're not going to name any names, but some people in the top right-hand corner can't name the names of their players when they
Hey.
became a fan.
Hey, y'all know I've been paid.
I can name my whole team. Bobby
Well,
Hebert, Dalton Hilliard.
I'm an
He
Eagles
Vaughn
fan.
spent, he spent a lot of
Johnson.
time on Google. That's
I'm
all.
an Eagles fan.
He spent a lot of time
Darn
on
it.
Google. But
Nah, I spent a lot of time being
Hey,
a fan.
guys.
Anyway, we here. We out here.
We
Yes.
out here.
You know.
Hey, Billy.
Writers Rumble
all my
Radio.
Patriot fans.
Shout out to the people who continue to send
And music.
submissions and music to be played on here.
Yes.
Just because you send a submission does not mean it will get played. Let's be clear about that. Just because you send something and it will not get played, it must be good. Now,
Not only good, it must be recorded good.
it must be good, but that's the whole point of this, is that we're trying to get people to
Right.
be better,
At
to
what
go
they
through
do.
the steps,
Mhm.
to share the information that we went through, because I think that's the one thing that's missing. And I was responding to a few of the people that sent in submissions, and I wanted
Right.
to be honest, and nobody just gave us a platform.
Right.
Nobody just said, hey, I'm going to just expose you to everybody I know. Like, people told us to go back to the drawing board. People made sure that we had to get better at our craft before we were even given a chance
Right.
to be exposed. Because
Better at our craft and presentation is everything.
yeah, everything. So we had to learn. So I feel like we would be remiss if we just, and I feel like that's kind of a theme that happens with this new generation of
bad
creators. Yeah,
That's one of our
and that's
topics
part of the
today, guys.
topic. That's what's called a segue. It's how bad do you want it?
How bad?
And I find that so many people now just kind of want to expect, like, somebody sent in something and was like, yeah, feel free to just play this, and it was like, oh,
Okay.
and I appreciate your desire and your
Sure.
wantingness, to feel good about your craft. But if we're really about the business of making music better and making your name a sustainable name in the music industry, you better continuously work to be better at your craft.
That's right.
So we're not gonna just play your music just because you send it. We're gonna give you feedback.
Yes. And let me just say, if you're trying to present yourself as an artist, a writer, a producer, anything in that kind of area as far as industry is concerned, you have to take a step back and look at yourself and see, what would you buy using your own money? Would you buy this product? And if you're saying no, then you need to go back to the drawing board.
Right.
Not be afraid to spend money and invest into yourself.
Yeah.
Because people always ask me, oh, Chanel, why you don't have this and why you don't have that? Because my money goes back into what we do. And that's a major focus. How hard are you willing to go for it?
If you're a producer you need to either spend the time to become better at mixing your tracks,
Right.
or you better bring in an engineer who can mix your tracks. If you're a songwriter, you should be learning how to record yourself,
Right.
so that you can record your ideas and you're not at the mercy of going into a studio. If you're a songwriter and you don't sing, you better be making relationships with people who can sing your
can
songs
sing, right.
better
Bring your
than what
idea to
you're
life.
going to present. All of these things are necessary in you gaining traction to getting people to respect your music.
Right.
It just is.
And most of the time, you only get one shot.
Only get one shot.
Only get one shot.
We did a
yeah,
song
yeah.
called One Shot in LA. Shout out to Adrian,
Yeah,
Tone,
and in all honesty, yes.
Sophie.
A majority of the time, you only get one shot to go into a meeting with an A&R, just people in the music industry, period. One shot to play something. And it needs to be your best work. Not, oh, I think they'll get it. No. Until you make it, no, they're not going to get it unless it's good.
Yeah. So anyway, we just wanted to give that little nugget to the people out there, because we do get a lot of people who are constantly asking or submitting music or want to know how they can get in sessions, how, you know, they can get their music played. And it's a constant process that took years for us to develop and to get better at. So nobody's getting any shorts here, man. Everybody's got to put in the work. Shout out to our guest that we have here in the building today. We got all the way from Buffalo, New York. We got Rock the Writer and Mac in here. Appreciate you, fellas. Can we get some claps? Can
we get some
DJ
claps?
Storm.
What we're gonna do right here is go back.
Every time you mess up, we're gonna put the thing on you so people can see who's messing up. People need to know.
That's what happens when you come late, bro.
Oh snap! Let's try that again. Let's get our claps ready. Let's do a
clap it up,
practice
Fox.
Yeah,
clap.
let's clap. Let's just all clap.
Let's just get it. Yeah, we have to.
Come on, Patriots.
Our DJ doesn't have the clap button set up, so
he don't have them in there, but it's
so
all
we're gonna self clap today.
We had to self-clap.
Introducing our esteemed guest from Buffalo, New York, who so graciously traveled down. We got Rock the Writer. Give it up for Rock the Writer.
All right. Buffalo.
We got our main man Mac over here. Clap it up for Mac.
What up, people? What up, people?
So
thank you guys for tuning in. We did come on late, and we appreciate your patience.
Yeah, man, it was snowing, it was traffic, government shut down, the tolls weren't working.
We didn't have no change.
There was a R. Kelly, they was out there
rallying.
Yeah, man, we couldn't do nothing, man. We couldn't do nothing.
It was
everything but our fault.
Right.
Yeah, man, but we in here. We have a couple topics today. One of them, which is what we were talking about earlier, is how bad do you want it?
How bad do you want it?
And the other topic, which really is its own 3-hour topic, is the talking about the R. Kelly
like a 3-year
situation.
topic.
We have some writers in here, writers and producers and artists. Let's go back to how bad do you want it real quick. Just give us a little bit about you guys' experience in the industry and what it's been like to kind of create a platform that people can respect, that people are paying attention to you. What has been your experience? What's been your journey? What's been some of the things you can say, okay, I learned, or I thought that, it was like this, but I realized I had to be more of this or had to do more of this. You guys just take a few minutes to talk about your experience so far in your music journey.
My experience with this music journey, man, it's been a long one. It all started back in 96. You know what I'm saying? High school.
Glory days.
Talent shows and things of that nature. But like you was touching on earlier, it's about the work and the commitment to get better. You know what I'm saying? Early, just like, a lot of people's experiences, I was trash. You know what I mean? And I had to be told that. You know what I mean? But the thing about it was, when I heard those words, it was it didn't discourage me. It just made me want to go harder.
Right.
And learn. So my first mentor in the game was I don't know if you remember the group Joe Public.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Got to Live and Learn.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the lead singer Kevin Scott was my first mentor in music. You know what I'm saying? After the group dismantled, he started producing. And he taught me everything. Taught me how to stack vocals. I came in there, thought I knew it was up because I could sing a little bit. and he was like, "Nah, son." You know what I mean?
Yeah, broke it
that
down.
Ain't it. So,
Wow.
you know, he just broke it down to me, like, you know, how to stack vocals, how to, you know, write your verses. You know, try different. You know, don't just write down the first thing that come to your head. Like, try to, you know, think of, you know, different creative ways to say, you know, the dope thing about, you know, certain songwriters, like we're gonna talk about later, like R. Kelly, is just finding creative ways to say the obvious. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he was just saying, just told me, like, you know, just make sure that you explore before you just start, you know, writing down your first ideas.
Do your
Right.
homework.
Yeah.
Do your homework.
Right. You know, and you know, so, you know, that was the first, you know, my Writerz 101 class right there, from a person who had number one hit, who toured with Boys and the Men, who did all these prominent things. You know what I'm saying? I was able to get that education, an OG,
Right.
if you will. You know what I'm saying? It was able to teach me. And I think that's kind of like the issue with a lot of the new generation. You know, I don't feel like it's not a lot of OGs that's giving them the game.
Not willing to share that same
you know what I'm
comment,
saying?
that
You got all
knowledge
these,
that
you know,
we.
cats, they just, you know, everybody getting their home studios, you know what I'm saying? And they just uploading their stuff to SoundCloud, and, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, I just think that, you know, mentorship is important.
Yeah.
You know,
Can I touch on that for a second while you're there, as far as mentorship is concerned? I think a lot of times mentors don't step up to help because they feel like this generation don't want to listen. They feel like they just want to throw music out and that's it. And it's just going to win. And that's not what it is. You may win for the moment, but for music to live on 5 and 10 years from now, we got to really look and assess. Like, mentors got to look at, what's your list? This generation right now, what's my list? Who on this list is going to be here 10 years from now? Right. Who on this list, music is going to resonate 10 years from now? And sometimes they feel the need to do it, and then other times they don't. Because I know I do. You know, I'm not saying I'm an OG, but, you know, when people come to me for advice, you know, sometimes I
hate
feel
to break
like,
it to you, but you an OG.
Shut up. I feel like, you know, schooling them is useless because they're going to do what they want to do. You know, they don't want to take vocal lessons. They don't want to do artist development. They don't want to just listen to the process and what it takes to do that. You know what I mean? They don't believe in, oh, let me go in, let me make sure it's mixed right. You know, I'm going to use, case in point, I'm going to use my daughter and my son who do music, you know, and they're around me and JJ all the time as far as music is concerned. And my first thing is, you're not going to embarrass me. And that's coming from, not from a parent standpoint, but from a musical standpoint. You see what we do, how hard we do it, the mixing, all the things we go through. So you should never come to me with a song that's not right. And if you need help, ask for it. But a lot of these new artists don't ask for it. So that's why mentors are like kind of standoffish. If you want it, ask me.
right.
Well,
They're not gonna volunteer.
that, and also a lot of the mentors are they're still competing.
Yep.
They're still trying to be relevant. You see a lot of animosity from people who are coming in the industry and just making a lot of money in a very quick, short, you know, time frame, in a window. And so, unfortunately, everybody kind of places relevancy on sales and money. So if you can make a lot of money in a quick clip, people are going to be like, well, what do I need to respect you guys for? Even though we pay, you know, I don't say we, but, you know, music pioneers who paved the way for setting a bar and having what, you know, what people aspire to. New generation people come in and they just make a whole lot of money and say, well, what am I listening to you for if I can just come in and make this money? You can't tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? And so you have a lot of animosity between the two generations.
And they're just making money right now.
But there's a difference between being relevant for a long span and being able to be relevant for a short clip. And I think that's the difference. And hey, look, if you're here to do both, if you're here to make money and just get in and be popping, so be it. Yeah. So be it. You know, I look, Soulja Boy is the talk of the town right now. You know, I was never a Soulja Boy fan, but I respect that man's hustle.
Oh yeah,
I respect his
I
vision.
was never a fan, but I respect the hustle.
You know,
Gotta grind.
we're not gonna mistake him with Andre 3 Stacks or Nas, but
Right.
Soulja Boy's doing what he's doing,
Yeah.
and so we need those people too. We need innovators too.
Right.
So yeah,
and I definitely I think the music, and we was talking about this on the way here. I think the music is suffering because of the lack of what you said, that the up and coming cats don't want to get the mentorship. It's important, man, because he asked me earlier, like, what you think music is missing today, and to me, it's missing the goosebumps. I don't get goosebumps anymore.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
get them either.
I think it's
it's rare.
I think like it is some kind. It is.
I'm
Some
gonna put you on the spot real quick before you come back. What's the last song that gave you goosebumps?
The last.
You can remember, if you can remember.
Goosebumps, man. Probably it's been a minute, man.
I got one.
Probably Bended Knee from Boyz II Men.
Wow, he had
For
to go
me.
way back.
Yeah, I had to go back.
He had to go way back.
Mine would be almost anything from Jasmine Sullivan.
Jasmine will give you some goosies.
Yeah.
Jasmine will give you some goosies.
I
Yeah.
mean, even some stuff from Beyonce, but I realize with Beyonce, she still has to cater to certain type of fans. She has different genres of fans that she have to appease to. But there are some things that give me chills, with songs that, like the one she plays on the piano.
Yeah.
That
Sandcastles.
Sandcastles, amazing record.
Yeah.
But yeah, for
And
the
I'm
most part.
a big Joe always gives me goosebumps.
Yeah, Joe amazing.
gets
The
you
last
right.
record,
You know what I'm
Joe get you right.
the one that Taj wrote on.
Oh yeah, I can't remember the name, but he killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were saying that you feel like that's missing.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, and it is. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot of genius in some of the things that the new generation is doing. With the
Right, it
cadences,
is.
Yeah.
the melodies.
Yeah.
It's dope, but I just feel like there's a lack of substance
Yeah.
in the songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's no love.
Not at all.
You know what I mean? I get the fun records, but there's no love records. There's like, if you're gonna get married or if you're gonna do sit and cuddle and drink and want to dance or something, there's nothing for me to play.
Let me bring you in, Mr. Mackey. Is that okay that that's where music has gone? I'm pretty sure that if we look back, the 70s when it introduced the disco era, probably people felt the same way. It's just about fun. It's quick. It's easy. It's, people were high off life and drugs. And it was just more of a quick hit. It was a quick fix. Is that okay that music's there right now? Does it have to necessarily be? I mean, be clear, this isn't the 90s.
I think the door is wide open. The lane is wide open for that, because you still got the older heads. You got so many different generations that like music. So you got the
Right.
older people that's above us. They don't have nothing to listen to but the stuff they've been listening to
Right.
back then.
Right.
Right.
So it's like now, if you're going to be that universal artist and you're going to be that big crossover artist, you got to touch every lane and touch everybody.
Right.
The young generation, they just following each other.
Yeah.
And they competing against each other. And then they being disrespectful to the generation before them and before them and before them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like they just want all the accolades. They want all the stardom. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, like what the J Keys do, like he can't.
Yeah, but
like,
he caused
put
the
a- you ain't-
controversy through
Right.
the numbers.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not
That's
even
all.
about the music.
Yeah.
For him, it's
And that's
about
what
the
everybody
numbers.
do.
It's more of a
gimmick
marketing
till you
plan now.
get
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. So,
exactly.
And this subject, right? I can talk about this for hours, because I was just another thing. When he just said something like, a lot of these kids, they don't do the research. You know what I'm saying? They don't
Research
go
is
back.
important.
You know what I mean? Like, my first introduction to music, period, was my father. And he was like, that was like my first teacher. He didn't know he was teaching me, but my father would always, every Friday, he would go get records. You know what I'm saying? And he would go get his incense. He would burn it, turn the lights down, and I'm hearing all of this stuff. I'm hearing Donny Hathaway. I'm hearing Denise Williams. I'm hearing Stevie Wonder. I'm hearing the gospel greats, the Winans. I'm hearing all these different voices. You know what I'm saying? And it was captivating me. But it made me want to dig into more Stevie stuff.
Right.
I mean, Stevie is the greatest, to me personally, the greatest songwriter to ever breathe air.
He is.
You know what I mean?
He's amazing.
It's not up for debate.
But
He is.
if you talk to some of these kids and you be like, what's your favorite artist, or what's your the artist they'll go back and say Usher. Nothing wrong with that, but they don't go. It's so many great voices that y'all are not
Yeah.
hearing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That you don't, the Joes, the Jodeci, all that 90s nostalgic R&B. To me, that was the best time for music. Mainly because of the diversity. You know what I'm saying? It was
nobody sounded alike.
Yeah, it was so many different voices.
Right now, everybody sounds alike.
All the voices today is like the exact same voice.
The girls and the guys.
Yeah, everybody sounds the same.
Style, sonically.
You don't know who you're listening to.
We were just playing a song today before we came over here. The Ariana Grande song, 7 Rings, and it's the number 1 song in the country right now, almost in the world. And so there's a lot of flack right now because some of her cadence, people are saying that, she borrowed from either Soulja Boy or this girl that has a song out, which I listened to hers, didn't really sound like hers either. I think she tried it. And then some people were like, oh man, it's cultural appropriation. And then some people are like, well, everybody's song sound the same, so everybody's just borrowing off of everybody else. Yeah. To that, you say what?
To that, I just feel like it's the young generation, like, okay, that's popping right now, I'm on that.
Yeah.
That's it. It's almost like a new pair of sneakers. The Jordans come out next week. I'm going to be there Friday. We all going to get them. So they all on that. So then when that goes away, now everybody's sitting there like, what do we do now? Right. You know what I'm saying? There's no individuality. There's no.
But wasn't it almost the same way in the 90s though? Didn't everybody want to be in a boy group? Wasn't everybody trying to be in a girl group or a boy group or trying to do the big harmonies?
But they took the blueprint and then they finally made it theirs. Like Beyonce took her blueprint. I talked about this earlier. Her blueprint from Tina Turner, made it hers. Fantasia took hers from Aretha Franklin and then made it hers. Of course, there's a blueprint. There are blueprints that artists follow all the time. But when does it become okay for you to make it yours?
Well, from what I understand from back in the day, like what you were saying, the reason it was like that back in the day because the labels was doing that.
Yeah,
labels
was
you know
out.
what I'm saying? When they seen one group, they're like, you know what? We're looking for another Jodeci.
Right.
We're looking for another Boys to Men. So everybody trying to get together to get that deal. Yeah. You know.
So you're saying more diverse creativity should be at a premium now because there's a wider audience. It's not just we're not funneling it all just through the prism of the record label who's saying we need to copy, because this is a copycat industry, be clear. And that's what I was laughing about in the comments is because it's like you could pick 20 trap songs that have the same beat, same cadence, same, so it's like it is kind of funny that it's this whole uproar about who she took the song from. Well, you took it from Soulja Boy, and Soulja Boy took it from 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz, it's like it's just like a constant
everybody
recycling.
Grab something from somebody.
Everybody get on the train.
Yeah. Well, look, man, let's get into some music while we're here, man. We ain't gonna talk you to death all day. Let's get into some tunes. If anybody has a comment or you want to just say hello to anybody on the panel, you can call in 646-233-1302. DJ Sean Blaze with the no claps.
We got horns,
we'll take
baby.
the horns.
We'll take the horns.
We'll take the Caribbean Day horns. Nothing wrong with that. We have a couple songs in there from our guest here. You can we can play one of those. I believe it's Fire. Is Fire one of them? And Showtime. So which one do you guys want to hear?
Which one you want to play?
Yeah, which one do you want to hear?
It don't matter.
Don't matter. Pick
Fire
one.
already
He
locked
said
and
don't
loaded.
matter.
Locked and loaded.
Fire. Rock the Writer.
Here we go.
Can't lie, you're the only one that can turn me on. You're everything that'll make a want. I need you riding by my side, baby. Soon enough, I know that you're my ride or die. I could tell when I look into your eyes. You just wanna keep me satisfied. Whoa, whoa. From the moment we met, I know you have potential. I just can't be on the low, strictly confidential. Fire, baby. For your love, keeps it running. All you gotta do is keep it coming. Baby, don't you stop it, no. I need it morning, noon, and night, winter and summer. Ain't no second guess, you need to wonder what your love has done to me. Yeah, I can't get you off of my brain. Ain't no way I could ever complain. Just keep loving me, baby. From the moment we met, I knew you had potential. I just kept you on the low, strictly confidential. Fire, baby.
I like that. Who's the producer?
My partner Lazy from Sacramento, California.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dope,
We've been doing music together for the last 12 years.
Okay.
We
got a caller.
Caller, you're on the air. State your name. Where you calling from?
Hey, it's Kiva and Daystorm, and y'all here calling from Macon, Georgia.
From Macon, Georgia. All right. Who you calling for? What you got anything to say to our panel of guests?
Definitely. I want to say what's up to Storm Blaze. I'm loving the music, and I just wanted to keep making them hits for us. We love it down here in the Atlanta area.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Which song? The song you just heard? You talking about the song you just heard?
Oh, what's up, Sean Blaze?
What's good? Yeah, we on the radio, son. All right.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite Sean
I
Blaze
like
song?
music that you listen, man.
Appreciate it.
What's your favorite Sean Blaze song?
Fireworks.
There you go. Fireworks.
There you go.
All
Fireworks.
right. You guys are
We got
paying
horns.
We appreciate
Appreciate
you guys calling in and showing the love for Sean Blaze, man. You guys take care. And
Give it up for Georgia.
yeah, everybody, thank you for Georgia. All right.
I want to test out these other sound effects. But, I'm scared to hit them.
Sean Blaze get at least 3 calls a show.
What we're gonna do right here is go back,
Yeah, that wasn't the one.
way back, back into time.
And it be from the same one people.
I can't stand no horn.
So again, thank you guys for joining us. We have actor Mackie in the building, and we have songwriter artist Rock the Writer, and we just listened to Fire by
Yeah, it
Rock
was
the
dope.
Writer. It was dope.
It was dope.
Producer Lazy, right? I love the track. Love the track too.
Appreciate it.
Felt good, man. Had that MJ, Chris Brown kind of stank on you.
Yeah,
on
it
it.
did,
Yeah,
it
it was
did.
nice. Felt good.
So I really wanted to get into this topic in about 15 minutes, but let's continue on with how bad do you really want it. So for all of you people out there that's watching, that's an artist or a producer or a songwriter, call in 646-233-1302 and let us know how bad you really want it, because we want to know. That's our topic for today, one of our topics.
What I want to ask a question, Chanel.
Yes.
This, how bad do you want it? Because a lot of people take for granted that we had to go through a journey to get where we at. You didn't just wake up 5-time Grammy nominated.
No.
What was one of the things that you had to do that stood out to you that was really like, yo, I'm really out here, like, I must love what I'm doing because I'm really out here doing X to try and get a chance to make it? Like, what was something that you had to go through?
Not spending a lot of time with my kids,
That's real.
my son and my daughter. But the special part was having them in the studio with me while I was doing what I was doing. Like Trey Songz used to have my daughter on his shoulders, running around the studio with her, You know, can't put her on his shoulders now, Trey, but I'm saying, back then, you know, we were in the studio. I was at work first from not 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then after that, I would go, my mother would watch my kids for me. I would go straight to the studio, get back in the house about 6 a.m., no sleep, wake them up, get them ready for school, drop them off. It was a routine back and forth. So I would say for me, not spending a lot of time with them was my sacrifice and doing what I loved. And what I was doing was for them.
Right.
More so for them than for me. Because although I loved music, I wanted them to have something, you know, to look for as I got older, and if something happened to me, you know what I mean? And I love music. It was a passion. So yeah, that was my biggest, that helped me. Like looking at them made me want to do music.
Right.
Just even more.
You knew the sacrifice was worth the you know, the means. It wasn't like, okay, yeah, this is what I got to do. This is what I got to do. And I'm going to be a part of this.
Yep.
Taking the kids with me, packing them up, all that good stuff.
Yeah. And they knew like all the songs. It was so funny. They would sing the songs, and you know, I want to say thank you to my mom. You're not here, rest in peace, but she was my rock. She helped watch my kids while I did my music, you know.
Rest in peace, moms.
And I always did my music. Like I wasn't street runner. I mean, at 14, I was in the CCP rec. For all of y'all Pattersonians tuning in, y'all know about the CCP rec, where they used to have all the rap concerts. LL Cool J, Kool Moe D, Treacherous 3, all Force MDs. All the rappers used to come to the CCP rec, and I was 14 sneaking in. I was bitten by the bug early.
Focus and ambition.
Yes. And it wasn't even about, I was a rapper. I was.
She was a rapper.
I'm not gonna lie. I had 2 rappers.
Say your rap name. You can't come on here and not say your rap name.
One of my rapper names was Dynasty, and then my second rapper name was Honeybee.
That's the one that gets me every time.
Yes, Honeybee.
What Honeybee came?
Honeybee.
Hey. I don't know. People used to hit me up and be like, because I had my vibe was similar to Queen Latifah, so they used to be like, "Yo, that's you on the radio." No, that's not me. I'm not Queen Latifah. I'm Dynasty. I had to change my name because Honeybee was like, oh my God. But yeah, that's how I started in the industry. Poem writing, and then as a rapper. And then I wanted to do, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Sequence with Angie B, which used to be Angie Stone, was in this rap group. It was 3 girls, and it was called The Sequence. And they did a song called Do You Wanna Rock on Sugar Hill Records. And when I saw them, I was like, oh my God. That's what I want to do. Sing and rap.
And you had the nerve to say earlier that you're not an OG. Anyway, so yeah.
I'm not an OG. Hey. I'm a
you're a young OG. You're a young OG.
You're a legend. You're a legend.
Oh,
Yeah. Question: How long do we have? Because the R. Kelly thing is just such a.
Yeah, we're here till 3.
We're here till 3. Oh, okay. So we got a little time. I didn't know if we were gonna get the extension or not. We were a little late today. Blame it on the snow.
Yeah, I guess you could blame it on the snow. Somebody owes us dinner. I'm not gonna say any names for us being late.
We're not gonna name any names.
Say somebody, because I'm hungry.
We're not gonna name any names. Top right
So Mackie,
corner.
let me ask you, what was your sacrifice? I know you sacrificed a lot to do acting. Give us a couple of things that you had to sacrifice to be where you are right now.
Time. You know what I mean? Just going to auditions and then getting the part. You know what I mean? And then once you get the part, it was like I was on set 20 hours. You know what I'm saying? And traveling and just going to different places. And at first I didn't take it serious because I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go to this audition. And what happens is I get like a starring role, so it was so much that I had to endure. But then it's like I got the acting bug after like my first film, and I was even on set when I didn't even have to be on set. So
Learning.
Right. So the first film that I did when I was on set when I didn't have to be, a character who was supposed to be there wasn't even there. So I just took over all of that. and it just became my role. So that just made me be like, you know what, I'm gonna take it serious and I'm gonna just be around. So then, you know, it was like film after film and after film, and you know, people were just calling me, directors and producers. They was like, listen, I got a part for you. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just keep going hard, and like this TV show that I got coming out probably this year or next year, supposed to hit Netflix. It's called Daddy's Girls Club. The producer and the writer, we was filming back in May, and after we did like a segment, a couple takes, he was like, listen, he said, I must say, he said, when you get on set, he said, I wish everybody can be here to see you. He's like, I'm gonna call you One Take Mac. He said, because you be ready, everything be smooth. So when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, you know what, I'm a even go further. I'm gonna dig deeper into these characters. I'm gonna dig deeper into, you know what I'm saying, my craft. And you know, growing up as a kid, I always watched Denzel and Eddie Murphy. Those are my teachers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Without them even knowing. I watched movies as a kid, so it's like, you know, that's where it all stemmed from. You know,
favorite Denzel movie? Putting you on the spot right now.
That's fine. Malcolm X.
Okay.
Mine too.
And reason why I say that is because I believed that he was Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Yes, he definitely made you believe he was
when I go into a character, I make you believe I'm that character. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I like the diverse of me doing different stuff. Like one film, I was a killer, and then 3 months later, I did a film, and I was a pastor. And on set, after we got done shooting, people came up to me and was like, "So what church you preach at?" I was like, "That was just." It was like,
right, just the role,
right.
Just in character, people.
And it just took me back, like, wow, like my character and my role was that inspirational that they
convinced people that
right.
you was
right.
So let me ask you a question. When you're prepping for your role, after you learn your lines, do you pretty much make it yours after you learn it?
Well, here's my thing. I don't learn lines.
Okay.
I learn the whole concept of the whole story. So I read the whole script and I gravitate to that, because it's like how can I put this? It's like a life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I see what's going on. So then when I look at my character, I want to know the backstory. I want to know who this character is, and then I understand the dynamic of the situation throughout the whole film with that character. And then I live that character, and it becomes very easy for me, and it helps me help, you know, everybody else around me within that film. You know what I'm saying? I can help, you know, when I'm going back and forth with other characters and stuff like that, and I'm like, you know what, you know, I get into my producing.
So you do a lot of improv.
A lot of times.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like when I do films, they always be like, look, you ain't got to go word for word. And a lot of times when I read scripts, everything don't never flow off how it would if I was to say it. So I might change up a little bit, but I will make sure you still get the point of what was being said.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's very crafty. I love it.
What do you do to keep your chops up? Like, what's your process? I mean, you know, like for singers, they're vocal lessons, singing. Do you go through acting methods? Are you with people just going back and forth? Like, what do you do to keep sharp at what you do?
When I first get the script, you know, I read it, and I read it, and I read it, and then I just put it away and I memorize it, and I try to talk back to myself to see if I believe that.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I just keep going over and over it, and then I will have somebody read the script, and I won't even read the script. I just have them read. Like I have anybody read it, and I'm just gonna go back and forth with you, and it doesn't make it believable. So you know, my thing is, I try to make it feel like it's natural.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when the viewers see it, I'm like, oh, you know, they can tell he reading, because I see a lot of people. They be like, oh yeah, I seen it, but you know, it ain't that good or whatever. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't want to ever hear that feeling. I want you to be like, yo, dude, you did that.
Yeah,
right.
felt that.
And you know, a lot of people come at me from different films, like strangers I ain't never seen before. They walk up to me and say, "Yo, man, you wrong." I'm like, "What you talking about?" It's like, "Yo, you's wrong, dog. Like, yo, in that movie, Black Malice, like, yo, man, you did him dirty." I was like, "Oh, man." I'm like, I know what you're talking about now. You know what I mean? But, right, you know what I mean? But when you get that type of feedback, that lets me know that I did my job with that character. You know what I mean?
What's your favorite character and movie that you played in?
I would say the Pure movie. You know, it's a movie that's on Amazon Prime right now. It's part 1 and part 2. It's called Pure, the series. Or you just type up Pure to come up. I played a gangster. I played Stone, and it started off as a book. And after people bought the book, they was like, Stone, my favorite character. So then when they seen the movie, and when I portrayed Stone, you know what I'm saying, people was like, even online, people typed in Stone, my favorite character. You know, different people have different characters, but my character kept coming up. So the writer and producer was like, "Yo, man, you killing him." And I'm like, "What you talking about?" He said, "Man, everybody love you." So I was just like, "Man, you know," they say, "Nah, man, you did that." You know what I mean? So back to it, because I ain't from the streets. You know what I mean? So me playing the opposite of where I'm from and how I grew up. I mean, I grew up around killers and drug dealers and stuff like that, but that ain't never been me. Right. So for me to be able to take that and make it believable, you know what I'm saying? I love a challenge. So, you know, that was one of my favorite roles. You know what I mean? So what can we look forward to seeing from you next before we play your clip? Next, I have another film coming out called Hunger Pains. Mm-hmm. We about to premiere that. I don't know if it's gonna go to Amazon this time or, you know, a couple film festivals or whatever, but, you know, just stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? You can follow me on IG. I am Mr. Mackey, or you can follow me at razor_sharp_buffalo. You know, that's my business. You know what I mean? I started out everything cutting hair. You know what I mean? So, you know, I still do that. I do that with the, you know, film production too. I did The Purge. You know what I mean? So I was on set 47 days with that. Nice. So, you know, in any way I can get it, I'm out here grinding. You know, I can be an actor. It's necessary. Or, you know what I mean? I can be in the production. Do it all. Yeah, you know, so.
Okay. Well, that's a segue into the clip we have here. This is from
Mr. Mackey.
Pure, the series. You said this is on Amazon Prime?
Yes.
All right. Well, we're about to check it out.
Let's check it out, y'all.
Violence on Buffalo's east side.
One dude asked me before, like, "Yo, man, how can we change this? It ain't your job to change this. It's your job to change this."
My brother dead. Gone. He ain't coming back.
The best way to destroy an empire is from the inside.
We gonna go work for True.
I used to have the hustle on the block, all night with the thugs, fiends.
You better tell me something. That nigga don't do shit but rob niggas and chase pussy.
Written by Deucey King.
That nigga gotta go, my nigga.
Directed by A.K. Reed Films.
Heavy now and then inspired to saliva that verse. Inspired to share a piece of my life, sheet of my work. It's a trap for my bread, dog, whatever that's worth. Give my life over to Christ, advocate of the church. Shaw, hustle, had a share of his perks. They set that stage for you when you holding that work. But they created unimpressible.
Pure, the series.
I dabble in the Bible. I didn't even slid through some Bible study. Word up, son. Oh. And I'm saying that to you.
Violence on Buffalo's east side.
One dude asked me before, like, "Yo, man."
Yeah, I felt some intensity there. Yeah, that makes you pull you in.
What you guys think? He said, "Dope."
Check it out, people. We want to get to support, man. That's how people get to, getting to the next level, is the people that are supporting and helping, better people's causes, man. So if it comes to music, acting, haircuts, we know some of y'all need some haircuts out there. I know I need one. That's why I got the hoodie and the hat on. It's about supporting people, man, and showing up. Coming to the shows, going to the premieres. You know, streaming the songs, man. Look, Ariana Grande don't need more of your money. I do.
Right.
So that's what's up, man.
Go
Good
online,
stuff.
YouTube, check out Pure. You know what I mean?
Yes,
and support your fellow man.
Absolutely.
You lose no blessings. I said this earlier on my post. You lose no blessings supporting others.
I think a lot of times people like to support once you already made it. You know what I mean? It's like nobody understands the grind and where you came from, and they be like, oh yeah, they just local, or they just doing this, where everybody had the same start. You just didn't see their grind. You just seen them when the lights hit them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's human nature for people to kind of wait till it becomes, you know, something becomes status quo to now say, you know, kind of like.
But we need y'all to start help from scratch.
Like how some people became Patriots fans, like conveniently right as they started their Super Bowl run.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
You know. So
not before.
Right. Yeah. So you know, but hey, that's what that's what support's all about, man.
Please don't let the Saints make it.
Let's while we're here, we're gonna check out a video real quick, and then we'll be right back.
What video are we checking out? We got a couple.
Let's check out Sir Moore.
All right.
We just gonna stick to these horns. I don't hear nothing.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up! It's your boy DJ such and such, back again on the twos and ones, up in here spinning and making it hot. I was just up in here listening to Some Days by Sir Moore featuring Akina. It just made me think how some days I like to eat White Castle, some days I like to eat Broadway pizza, some days I like to use two-ply, some days I like to use a newspaper, some days I like the New Jersey Devils, and some days I like the New Jersey Nets. Oh, wait a minute, we ain't got the Nets no more. Anyway, what I do like to do on every day is bump this Sir Moore Some Days featuring Akina. Y'all better turn this up and get right, because if you ain't right, you're wrong. Ah!
Let me tell you how I feel today. Let me tell you how I feel someday. Let me tell you how I feel today. Tell them how you feel. Let me tell you how I feel some days. Let me tell you how I feel today. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wake up in the morning, gotta thank God. Wipe the boogers out my eyes, turn on my iPod and bump a little Lauryn Hill. Hop in the shower when I'm done, throw the turkey bacon on the grill. Hot sex on the platter, then just hitting my phone with the chitter chatter. Some days I wanna turn off my phone, save hella data. Chill with my sister and watch some family matters, cause family matters. Some days I wanna save the world, I be feeling low. Why the world got so much hate, yo? To ease my mind, I just write more, but bills gotta get paid. Back to this job though, Mama need the lights on. Pimpers gotta get hard, diploma on the way though. But I just wanna get lost. Some days I wanna fly away and pack up my things. Me and my loved ones on the greatest escape. But that's just how I feel some days. I feel like this, and some days I feel like that. Some days I wanna do this, some days I wanna do that. Some days I wanna get live, some days I wanna chillax. Some days I wanna chill with my lady, and some days I wanna chill with my bro days. And some days I feel like this, and some days I feel like that. Some days
I be feeling like the nigga with the figures, bang clippers over sixes. It's a rap, shit intact. Some days I sip yak, some days I sit back and think about the stack. Get up on my ball shit, Rick Raw shit, flow oh so gorgeous. Niggas on it. Some days I be ballin', shot calling. 2 seconds I'm scoring. Fuck Jordan, give me mine, Henny wine. Get her open anytime, believe that. She said she need that. Come through like baby with a gui at. Said it's that love over everything, you need that. #1 soul classics like Reeboks. Some days I be wishing on a mission. Hearing niggas missing got me tripping in the fitted. Devils, it's Jersey, you can't forget it. Like mind your business.
And some days I feel like this, and some days I feel like that. Some days I wanna do this, some days I wanna do that. Some days I wanna get live, some days I wanna chillax. Some days I wanna chill with my lady, and some days I wanna chill with my bro days. And some days I feel like this, and some days I feel like that. Some days. Hey, Sir Moore in the house, JJ in the house, Leaf C in the house, Kels in the house, Katie Lasso in the house, Ashton in the house, A new drink. L.O.E. in the house. What? L.O.E. in the house. It's Jersey. Can't forget.
That's my spawn. My offspring.
That's Sir Moore kid. He's got
Sir Moore.
something, man. He's got something to him. He's got moxie, that kid right there, man.
Yeah,
you know?
amazing. He has an amazing project. But
Yeah.
He got
yeah,
substance.
I mean, it
I like that.
It takes you back to the old school, you
dope.
know, definitely.
That kid's going places.
Speaking of Kells in the house,
Yeah.
let's talk about this R. Kelly situation. We want to start off with, how do we get past R. Kelly, the personal R. Kelly, and the musical R. Kelly? Like, this is hard for me. I mean, of course he needs help. He needs to be he needs to pay for what he's done, the things that he's done also. But he definitely needs help. He needs therapy. But I feel like people knew he needed therapy years ago.
Right.
And they babysitted it. They let it go on. They even fed him. They fed him his habit. And they helped him. All for the money. All for the love of the money. And I feel like everyone in that circle is to blame. Not just R. Kelly. Yes, he's a grown man. He's responsible for his own dealings. But also those people help to feed him. They didn't help him.
Correct.
You know, they made his situation worse, because now it's like, I feel like R. Kelly feels like he's untouchable because these people helped him. Absolutely. And now it's like, I'm not paying you to keep this secret anymore. Do whatever you want to do, because I'm going to get over with this anyway, because I got over with it before. You know, I feel bad for a lot of the women that were taken advantage of. But the other side of me too is, you can't force nobody to go home and pack their clothes and go to that man's house and stay. He didn't hold a gun to them to make them go home and go back there. So like I said, it's a balance. Everyone is to blame there. The parents are to blame for allowing their kids to stay there. Why you didn't get the cops? Why you didn't go get them? You know, you allowed them to come home and get their clothes and go stay with this man, because it's R. Kelly.
Right.
But R. Kelly was wrong too, and he needs to be accountable for him being wrong. Like I said earlier, it's just like you being in the NFL. If you beat on your wife, they're kicking you off the team. You know, you can't play anymore.
Right.
Look at Terrell Owens. Not Terrell Owens. Chad.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she provoked him and she hit him first,
right.
Him hitting her cost him his career, and there's a penalty for it. And yes, them taking away his music is going to be his penalty, but I can't see like the whole Michael Jackson records, the Whitney Houston records, all those records that he did. It's like, wow, how do we get past this? How is this going to work? Because he definitely needs to pay for some of the stuff that he's done. If you're going to go after Bill Cosby, and these women are old,
right,
and you're going to penalize him and put him in jail, then R. Kelly needs to suffer the same thing.
Well, he's gonna suffer a short-term consequence,
right?
And unfortunately, that's just sort of kind of the society that we're in right now. Is, you know, everything has a small shelf life before something else, before there's another cause, you know, to get behind, and we'll kind of forget about it. There's so many layers to this that are all unfortunate, and there's so many things that we have to take a look at deeper than just, it's easy to just say this man is a monster. We as a society, I say we, just as fans in general, gave him the platform.
Yeah.
We appreciated his music. You know, we've become so accustomed to making people stars and giving them this status, and it's gotten to the point now where with fandom, we give people a sense that, you know, if you reach a certain height, you almost are untouchable.
Yeah.
You're almost unindictable. You know, you see it a lot with athletes. I come from a background of, you know, playing sports and being around a lot of athletes, and unfortunately, a lot of these guys think that they have no compass, that they have to be guided by, as a regular, people in the public have, certain things that you're going to be held accountable for, and you have people, and that's a we thing. That's not a R. Kelly thing. That's not a Jay-Z thing. That's not a Nicki Minaj thing. That's a we thing. We as a society have enabled people to feel untouchable in a lot of ways. And so we built up this platform to give him the opportunity financially, psychologically, to kind of live in whatever bubble he wanted to live in. And then comes in the, him being sexually abused,
right,
and him having people around him who were more concerned about their their welfare financially, whether it was, they were going to say anything to him. And then there's the people in the industry at large who kind of turned a side eye because he's relevant.
Right. They turned a deaf ear.
Yeah. And so there's just so many layers to it that makes it unfortunate. You have the layer that you spoke on, the young women. The common thread that you saw from most of these women where they were either looking for a come up or they were just really not solid in their own securities of themselves, that they wanted to lose their self in a man that they felt like, I mean, if this is, let's say, pre-95, as a woman, I'll be like, okay, you didn't know fully what he was capable of. Post-95, I'm looking at you like you've heard stories, but you're still running off to be with this man.
Right.
That means you have
and parents. You're allowing them to go there.
Not only are you insecure, you're missing self-value in yourself, that you're willing to put yourself in a position to be with a guy who you've heard multiple stories of abuse and being with women that are underage. So we have to look at the women. What are we not doing? And again, we can't all be in every household helping raise young women, but we all have to do our part to be accountable.
Right.
To strengthen the minds and the psyches and the confidence of young people, and have that conversation. And then finally, it's that uncomfortable conversation that nobody wants to have about how R. Kelly is not the only person out here.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of guys.
Who prefers younger women and has dealt with sexual advances from family members, and as the community of color, by and large, we've done a very porous job of holding our own people accountable.
Right.
This code of the streets where we don't talk, or, in these gang communities in our streets, somebody gets bodied, nobody's talking about it. Right. Same thing that's happening in our family, cycle with the uncle or the grandfather, the father, the mother's boyfriend, is touching on the young girl or the young boy. And nobody's saying anything because you don't want to rock the boat of the family dynamic. And so there's a lot of layers to it, man. So, it's just too easy to just say R. Kelly's a monster. That's clear. That's been known.
Yeah.
But we need to start stripping away all the different layers to figure out if we can at least affect. At this point, I hope R. Kelly can get help. I don't know that he will. But we need to at least start addressing everybody else around it. Because that's the only way he can operate in the way that he wants to, is if everybody else is still naive or undervalued.
And they're really thinking, let's strip his music away, and that's gonna fix everything. And it's not just stripping the music away. It's a lot more than just that.
It's not, and it's. I think we're society in large is divided in terms of whether you're gonna support is the wrong word, whether you will still allow him to exist in your space.
Right.
And a lot of that is musically. Clearly nobody's inviting him to the family reunion.
Right.
But are you playing Step in the Name of Love at the family reunion? Are you still listening to 12 Play? Are you doing some of these things? And so that's where I think the real debate comes in. I don't think we can debate that he needs help and that everything's unfortunate. The real debate is,
well, his
are you going to listen to the music? Yeah, his numbers spiked.
It went 16%, then it went 26. Now I think it's like 42.
But to me, that's not surprising, That's to me, that's not so much about people saying, "Oh, I'm still going to support him." I think a lot of people were like, "I want to know who this guy is.
Yeah.
I want to hear what his music was saying." You know, R. Kelly, by and large, hasn't had a huge hit record in the last 5 to 10 years.
Right.
So a lot of people are, you know, I mean,
Who's
true
this guy?
diehard R&B fans know who R. Kelly is.
Right.
But there's a lot of people in the population who are like, I'm not familiar with so much of what's going on with his music. So I think a lot of people, yeah.
But you know
It
what?
spiked.
The crazy part is he had a conversation and he said that his music gonna make everybody forget about everything that's going on, like with him dropping this album.
Sure.
Make them forget, and it's gonna make them go back and listen to R. Kelly the man. You know, I
Right.
can even say for us, we were in the studio and we pulling up his records like, come on, who's not gonna play Happy People?
Yeah.
Who's not gonna play Step in the Name
It's
of
tough.
Love?
Yeah.
He's a
Like,
genius.
He's amazing. You know what I mean? And Chicago, he's Chicago's savior.
Right.
You know, as far as music is concerned.
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
he
my
put
God,
Chicago. He
what are
put
we
him on a
gonna
map,
do?
but he
put them on the
held the
map.
flag for a long.
Yeah, he did for a long time. So
for a good
again,
long
it's like, where do we draw the line? You know, again, like you said, we all know that he needs help. We knew he needed help a long time ago.
Right.
But again, people babysitted it, and because he was so dope at what he did,
Yeah.
overlook it. You know, he didn't get punished and penalized for it. He paid his way out of it. But you know, he really needs some help.
Yeah, bring in our guests now.
Yes.
The issue I have is when people say he's a monster. Is he a monster or is he mentally sick?
He's mentally sick.
I don't think he's a monster. Because, you know, I just watched the interview of his brother.
Right.
Break down that the sister was the one who was molesting him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Their own sister. And the way he was describing it was crazy. You know what I mean?
But guess what? He still helped him.
Right.
He
right.
still catered to his disease. I'm going to call it a disease.
Right. Yeah.
He didn't help the disease. He didn't take him out to find medication for it or help for it. He just helped it. And he made it worse.
Now, did you watch the documentary?
No. I didn't want to watch it.
Okay. Well, I watched it because I just wanted to get just more in-depth idea what was going on. And it was like, I think it was the tour manager that used to be. And he was like saying that R. Kelly came to him and was like, yo, I'm in trouble, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just can't stop. You know what I'm saying? So that was him. He was crying out then.
Yeah, and they just bypassed because they wanted the money.
Right.
And it was sad because I remember people talking about the documentary about them just wanting the money. They needed a job and R. Kelly was paying them good, and that's why they kept feeding him.
And there's another thing. Me and him was talking about. We had a long discussion about it, and I'm like, they said, now even if you know, when Sparkle's niece or whatever, that was like the first case.
Right.
She was like 14 or whatever the case may be. But my thing is, even if the parents didn't know about the allegations or whatever, who is allowing a kid at 14 to go to a studio?
His man house. Yeah.
Hold on, go to a studio. You know what go on in studios, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not even, we ain't gonna talk about sex.
How did she get there?
That's
Who
my
dropped
point.
her off?
How are you letting your daughter go to a studio and you not gonna sit there and see what's going on? You ain't gonna view this to see what's going on up in there before you just say, all right, peace, see you later.
Wasn't her father the bass player?
Yeah.
Hold on, and he still was on records after the case.
Yeah.
Right.
So who?
Because they paid him.
Listen, man. A lot of people need to go to. If he go to jail, a lot of people need to go to jail.
What they call that? Abating, helping him.
Yeah.
Because
But he got
think about how
off on
sick
that.
this is, though.
That's wiped out clear.
He still was working for this dude. Still, you know what I'm saying? Now, if he molested your daughter or whatever the case may be, you after that, you still
worked for him?
Still working for him.
Took his money?
And they said he was paying people off. How can you pay that off?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So accepting the money, that's sick.
Yeah. They sick too.
Mental
So it's
illness.
just
Shame on the surroundings.
like you said earlier, it's so many different layers
Yeah.
to this whole situation. You know what I mean? Like it was another, and then there was another lady on there. She was 33 when she met R. Kelly, and he was doing the same thing to her at 33.
Sure.
She had to, you know what I mean? She was saying like she couldn't look him in the eye. She couldn't come out the room. They was peeing in buckets. I'm just like, who in the world is living like?
She quit her job.
Hold on.
And left with a clear mind about
Clear
what
mind.
she was doing.
But
Yeah.
but she said it was like a whole village of them,
Yeah.
and none of them could use the bath. They had buckets that
Yeah,
they had
but
to
he
use the
still-
bathroom in.
He didn't force them.
But let me. But
Right.
And that's my whole
this
thing. Nobody got forced.
Right.
Yeah, and this is why this is the one reason I would just have a slight disagreement with you about saying that he is a monster. I'm of the mind that too many times the public has created a perception about more times than not people of color, they're a thug, they're whatever, and then other people get the benefit of the doubt. Oh, they need help. It's clear that his mind state has been manipulated from a young man by his older sister.
Right.
The reason why I feel like he's a monster is just the reason you said. He had cried out for help early. He knew that what he was doing is wrong,
Right.
and he continued to do it time and time again, manipulating people's minds. It would be one thing if it's bad enough to just have engaged in sexual, relations with a younger woman, but now you move to the phase where you're altering women's mind state, enslaving them. Now he's not the only person culpable,
Right.
but he knows that he's doing things that are not okay by and large on a moral compass and in society at large.
I
And
agree.
he
I agree with that.
continues to do it knowingly that he's manipulating
and it got
people.
worse.
And that's the
It got
only reason
worse
I say
from
he's
the
a
first
monster.
scenario to
Yeah.
this scenario.
Yeah.
It's far worse.
Had we caught it after Aaliyah, then it's like, okay, that man needed help.
Right.
But after that, he knew, okay, I can kind of skate by doing this.
Right.
Okay, and he I won't say he's in his right mind, but he knows the difference between what he's doing is right and what he's doing is wrong.
Right.
Right. I think he's addicted.
Yeah,
He is.
he's afflicted,
Yeah.
addicted and
Yeah.
afflicted.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. You were saying something.
I just, shame on him, shame on the people around him, shame
Yeah.
on the parents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of these kids want to be grown. You know what I'm saying? And if nobody's stopping them before they are grown, it's like whatever, especially like for everybody. But like for me to separate his music from the person, you know what I'm saying? I always thought he was a musical genius. I like his music.
He is.
His music's
Yeah,
good.
he is.
Even before any of this came out, years ago, there's a lot of people, older people around me that's like, oh man, you listen to that? Oh man, you sick. I don't listen to that. I'm like, I hear you. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I don't judge people. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
nobody, a lot of times people sit back and judge, and a lot of people say they don't
Right.
judge. They sit back and judge people. But, in some form or fashion, everybody got something. You know what I'm saying? It may not be to that extent.
Right.
But, business is business. You know what I'm saying? That's different. Me, you know what I'm saying? That the stuff that he did, I don't respect that. You know what I'm saying? But I respect his music. So
Right.
it's like, whatever problems that he did and all this controversy and all that, he got to deal with that. He got to deal with that with, with God. You know what I'm saying? God gonna judge you for that. I listen to the music.
Right.
And I just keep it moving.
Yeah.
But me as a parent, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no way in hell I was gonna let my kids, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
just be in the studio with them.
That's
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
be right
talking
there every
about.
step of the way.
Right.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
I was shocked at the parents who had this story who were at the show, and
Yeah.
R. Kelly called their daughter on stage. My daughter's not going on stage with R.
Right.
Kelly
At all. You know what I'm saying? And then my thing is, I try to be thinking, okay, what they was thinking. You know what I'm saying? You go back to the Leah situation. You know what I'm saying? She met him, he put her on. So all these other parents like, well, you know what? Maybe, he ain't that bad. Maybe we can let it happen. And maybe we, you know what I'm saying? But you
Yeah.
don't never know what they think. But at the same time, they agreeing and they're allowing this. You know what I'm saying? The daughter texting and doing all this stuff on her own. First of all, if that was me in that position, all right, listen, hold on. You put her on. Nah, bring her down or I'm coming too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? My
Yeah.
thing is you give me the contact info. We going to contact you. I'm going to manage the whole situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they let it go too far. She done pulling up by herself.
Well, and
hanging out, you know what I mean?
she was certainly culpable on her own too. I mean,
Right.
we would all be foolish not to think that kids are going to do things on their own if they have the will. I mean, every parent in here can say that they would know everything that their kid is doing, but that's false because we've all been where our parents didn't know everything
Absolutely.
we were doing. So if she wanted to get on and she's of course texting him and sneaking and I have, but that's that's at that point that's when the parents have to be like, okay, we're shutting all that down.
Absolutely.
That's got to cease. all of that there. So you're right about that. A lot of people are outraged at the outrage. Absolutely. And that's where the real debate comes in, because now it's like, okay, what are we really outraged about? What didn't we know?
And the funny part
like we've kind of known a lot of this. So
the funny part is, if it wasn't R. Kelly and it was a regular person, this would be a whole different conversation.
Absolutely.
Now here's my thing.
Absolutely.
What happened recently that all this coming out right now?
Well, they had a lot of the footage already in the past 2 years.
Yeah, this documentary's been ongoing for years.
Didn't just happen. They was already filming and gathering all this information.
But why?
You know what I mean?
Why?
The timing's right.
Somebody paid some really good money to all of them to get all that information.
Mm-hmm. But you know,
and that's the point.
The timing is right.
The money.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You notice what I'm noticing though? It's like a common theme that I'm seeing. Like, once these labels and the industry is like done with you and they not really making the money off you anymore, it's this thing of like trying to put an asterisk by your name.
But it's not only just that. It's when they're finished with you and you want your catalog back.
Right.
You don't want them to make
it's like
money off you. You want to make your money. All these issues come up.
Look at Whitney Houston, right? Crackhead. You know, that's how people view her. You know, crackhead, out of her mind. Right. All that great stuff she did, but how do we remember her?
Yeah.
You know, boom. You know, look at Bill Cosby. Look what they did to him. Boom. You know, all our memories, childhood memories, you know, Puddin', you know what I'm saying? The Cosby
They
kids.
wiped it all away.
It's all gone.
Yeah.
All we can see is all these weird faces that they said he sleep with. I was like, Bill wasn't sleeping with that, man. Come on now. You know what I mean? But R. Kelly, not saying, you know, we know he did, you know, I know R. Kelly is guilty of a lot of those things. But then, I don't know if you've seen this, though. One of those girls that was on the show, they broke it down, and I think I sent you the footage. I don't know if I did or not, but they showed how the one lady that was on the show, when she was talking about she went back to the actual house where they was housed at,
right? And
she was talking about how you know breaking down or whatever, but they said that she was in cahoots with a family, and then they showed like the when they had that big press conference when it first came out that he had the sex code or whatever,
yeah.
And she was talking. And you could see him mouthing. The father was mouthing the words. Like, you know what I'm saying? So she looks suspect, like she lying, like it's all things that they're trying to get money off of him.
Yeah.
Right.
But like Michael Jackson, right? They put an asterisk by it. He was touching on little boys. It's like they're trying to erase.
But and again, that comes down to the parents,
right?
And them allowing their kids to be with this man and leaving them at his house,
right?
I don't care who he is.
To me, I feel like what makes
if he was
news,
a regular, if he was
if
not
it sound
Michael Jackson,
good to say he a rapist, that's,
right?
All you see is rapist. You don't know the story. All you see is rapist.
But guess what? If he wasn't Michael Jackson, you would not have left him at that house.
Yeah. But all our heroes, they all got asterisk by the end. It's all, you know, Whitney, crackhead, Mike, pedophile, R. Kelly, pedophile, Bill Cosby, rapist. It's just weird that
Jay-Z,
it's always
drug
at the
dealer.
It's
Like,
always
they don't
at
say
like
he.
Well, Jay-Z was a
drug dealer. That's what they say. Jay-Z drug dealer.
He was a drug dealer.
I mean,
but anyway, so guys, if you got anything you want to say, 646-233-1302. And while we wait for you to call in and ask some questions and give us some of your concerns on this R. Kelly subject, we're gonna listen to another song from Rock the Writer.
Okay, I do got it.
Big Papa coming over to break you off tonight. Yeah, doing all the things to make the feeling right. Yeah, I'ma give it how you want it, so hope you're ready for it. I like what I see, so bring it to me. Cause it's showtime, got you performing like a band. I'm your number one fan. Showtime, hit me with that backstage passing. You love, you love, you love. Showtime, let's make it spectacular, spectacular. Showtime, baby, it's showtime. Yeah, Big Papa coming over to rock you fast asleep. Yeah, I'ma let my tongue surf and swim your ocean deep. Yeah, you love how we doing, big, big.
you, so I'm doing is just what I wanted. Another encore for me. So tight, got you performing like a band. I'm your number one fan. So tight, hit me with that backstage pass and you love, you love, you love. So tight, let's make it spectacular, spectacular. So tight, baby, it's so tight. Your sex is so crazy, crazy. Girl, it's true, so true. I enjoy every moment inside you. Before the curtains close, before they close, we gon' take some far clothes. Our club, have the best sex in our life. Got you performing like a band. I'm your number one fan. So tight, hit me with that backstage pass and you love, you love, you love. So tight, let's make it spectacular, spectacular. So tight, baby, it's so tight. You ready for the show? Yep. You ready for the show? Come on, come on. You ready for the show? Yep. You ready for the show? Come on, come on. You ready for the show? Yep. You ready for the show? Come on, come on.
All right, that's another song from Rock the Writer right there, man. If you guys,
Appreciate it.
I like that.
That feels good, man. That's
So what made you come up with that song?
I'm working on an EP right now. It's called Late Night Conversations.
Okay, nice title.
So it's just, you know, I got into my sexual bag. I
Okay.
guess, you know?
What exactly are late night conversations for the ladies out there who want to know? What happens after
midnight?
12:30? What do the conversations begin to look like?
You trying to see, you know, who coming over where? I'm coming to your spot, you coming to my spot. What we trying to make it happen?
Yeah. What's one thing that what a lady can say to you that you know it's like, okay, we having a different conversation. This ain't just you know, you're a nice guy. Thanks for coming to my whatever. Like what's something a lady can say to you that you're like, she might get the 12:30 conversation.
This the Playboy right here. Answer that, man.
Yeah, either of you. Yeah.
If she said you coming in or what? If you inviting me.
Oh, so she got to be the aggressor, or you, what?
You know what? Like, I just like to. I'm a go with the flow type person. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to push nothing on you, and you know I just gonna. I'm gonna see where your mind at. See where your mind go before I just throw something at you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like Tom Brady just throwing the ball. You know what I'm saying? I just sit back and be like, you know, Belichick, and it's a system.
Yeah.
The funny thing is when you get that 12:31 in the morning, WYD. You know what I'm doing. You know what you trying to do.
No, what are you doing? Don't ask me what I know. What are you doing?
I mean, it's certain things that you know you understand what's happening right now. You know what I'm saying? If you calling at a certain time, it's like, all right, listen, what's up? Like you tell me before I waste my time. I'm chilling. I'm watching Sports Center right now. You tell me what I'm doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
just say you want to come through.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Hang out.
Say what it is.
My most the line I appreciate looking forward to from women the most is, I miss your massages. that's what I know. It's like,
you already know what time it is.
We about to turn this into a 12:30.
He grinning from ear to ear over here.
Because I know, because that means they like my hands on them. That's all I need to know.
That's all you be having on them. I'm saying. I'm just asking a question.
So yeah, late night conversations like that.
Yeah,
like that.
And I had it, you know, I got it all mapped out. My first EP is out right now on all the streaming, you know, platforms.
What's the name of it?
Let It Bang Volume 1.
Okay.
Ladies and Rock. Of course, I'm Rock. That's Lay. You know what I'm saying? We
The producer, Lay.
production, team. But this second one, we wanted to go. I wanted to have like a little theme to it, so I figured, most dudes, got the little side chick, So I want this particular EP to be about all the things that I'm doing that I shouldn't be doing with the side chick. You know what I mean? And then it's gonna go into the next one, which is gonna show the after effects of what I did with, to the person that was at home. As it's just gonna be a encore, thing that I'm gonna do throughout these little EPs.
Can I make it hot under the collar for you real quick here?
Go right ahead.
While you're on air, and a lot of Chanel's followers are female followers, have we normalized the idea that it's okay to have a side chick? Are we damaging younger men who we look at and then we say, why are women treated this way? When the conversation, now art is art, don't get me wrong, this is not what you're doing is right or wrong, but are we damaging anybody by normalizing the idea that you should have your main chick and another chick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Because everybody making it normal. You know what I'm saying? You got females approaching saying, let me be your side chick. I know you got a girl.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I do everything.
Like it's okay.
Like it's okay. So they accepting the fact being that, but then at times you would get that female to whereas they feel like since they've been that and playing that role, and then if you spending a lot of time with them, then now they should be number one.
Right.
And now they mad if they don't get that spot. You know what I mean? And Corey Holcomb said the best. You know what I'm saying? He treat them the worst. It is funny, but they accept it.
Yeah.
Everybody accept it.
Yeah.
Guys and women.
That's why I want to show the aftermath.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's fun when you play
Yeah,
boy.
you get it, you get it. Get it how you get it.
Right. But then you got to deal with that aftermath. You know what I'm saying? Heart, breaking hearts, broken home. You know what I'm saying? What if you got kids with your main girl? You know, now the kids got to be affected. You know what I'm saying? So I want to go on all that.
I knew we were in trouble when the girl who was trying to mess with or had been messing with Offset said after it all came to light, oh, I didn't know that their marriage was a serious marriage.
Like it was real. Like she thought it was fake.
Yeah. The fact that you said I know they were in a serious marriage, I didn't know it was that serious. Like that alone is just, it's like the fact that he's married didn't even deter you at all. I just didn't think it was a serious
here's the
marriage.
question. You know what I'm saying? It starts from you date to you get in a relationship to you preparing for marriage. But it's like, at what point do the women respect a relationship, or at what point do a man respect a relationship?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, oh, well, you single if you ain't got the ring on your finger still.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though you courting and you dating, or you might be engaged or whatever the fact may be, it's like, when do you respect the situation?
Right.
They don't care at
Yeah.
all. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you ain't married yet.
Yeah.
You got the ring on your finger, or you just engaged, or
Well, it's also how you make the relationship look. I mean, I think a lot of people thought it was a publicity stunt.
Right.
But if you're still entertaining people all the way through the courtship until it becomes a marriage, people most likely aren't going to respect the marriage.
Yeah, social media ruined everything.
Everything.
Everything. Social media was a platform to promote business, I believe, and contact
connect people,
with friends
family,
and people,
friends,
all around the world who you not going to see every day, or you don't come in contact on the phone with every day, and just to see what you're doing. But it's like people have used that for a platform for reaching out, for help me, or what I'm saying, just exploiting their relationship. You know what I'm saying, good and bad. Oh, we doing this. Promoting food that they eating every single day, or you got to go to the bathroom, or my boyfriend or my girlfriend ain't shit, and this and the other, and fucking screenshot and everything, and side chicks, and stay out my DM, and just all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like that stuff supposed to be private, and that's why people
social media number one relationship killer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
If you get, are you married? Do you mind me asking?
No.
I
was married. And I got a divorce.
Okay. Let's say you meet a woman now. She wants to get married. You guys are getting to that point, and she says, I want you to delete all your social medias. You doing it?
I'm a businessman. No, I'm not doing it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm
I'm
only promoting business anyway. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? My thing is, what you do in your personal life should stay personal. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm out doing interviews and, what I'm saying, they ask the question about your relationship, that ain't what I'm here for.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that's where the problem started to, get sidetrack. But I
Right.
mean, a lot of times you got a lot of celebrities is dating and married to other celebrities, so that's understandable.
Right.
But if you're not dating one, then you know what I'm saying, you just leave your personal life and the kids out of it. You just, you know, continue to stay a businessman. But, you know, I've always been a businessman first.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And in my first situation before, you know, it was kind of to promote all relationship stuff. I'm like, nah, I ain't about that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like it, then it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man first. I'm a businessman first. I run me. You know what I'm saying? I pay the bills. I handle the business. You got to respect that. If you can't respect that, then this ain't going to work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm a walk. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, I got to eat. I put food on the table. I bring the table. I put the wheels on the table, whatever I need to do. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't got nobody on that level, then, hey, listen, you can't roll.
Let's call it what it is, man. I seen a post on Facebook the other day.
Speak about it.
This chick said, "What up, y'all? I'm horny. I'm looking for something to sit on."
Wow.
So this is my thing. When you got posts like that, and you got chicks,
speak on it.
Listen, I woke up one day, just one of my joint. It was just titties in my DM. Nice rack. I looked. You know what I'm saying?
I looked.
The areolas.
I checked
the
them out.
areolas was real nice. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, when it's just simple like that, you know, dudes sending dick pics, chicks sending. It's too much access. It's too easy. People was cheating before social media. Now all you got to do is tap tap.
Yeah.
Dick pic.
They made it more easy.
Yeah.
Chick, you know that, and then everybody want that instant gratification.
Yeah.
Listen, when your ass is your profile pic, that's
That's
what we
a
living
problem.
in.
You already know what it is.
You already
That's
know
a
what
problem.
time it is. It was a listen, man. It was a Facebook Live, and you know, you could just scroll through and look at everybody live or whatever. It was a room full of girls, and they thongs, twerking. Is that just trying to who coming through?
Right.
It's too hard to be faithful in this you know, when you got that social media going on, especially if you're not using it just for, like you said, business. But if you in there and then for a while, you know, you might be able to shun a few off, but when you constantly people berating your DM,
Well, the access is much greater. Yeah.
It gets
the
harder
idea
and
of
harder
access,
to say,
yeah.
you know, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you got exes trying to see what's up, you know what I mean, trying to rekindle because they think no one left. It's tough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Chanel, man of your dreams, finally steps up to the plate. Idris Elba. He wants to he wants to make it real with you, and he says, "I just want us to be on solid ground. Both of us, no social media. You okay with that? You can work with that?"
Personally, yes. Business wise, no. He has a business, and I have a business, so I would not cancel that out. But on a personal note, yeah, I wouldn't mind. I'm all for the relationship. But we're gonna continue our business.
We got a caller. Let's see if our callers. Caller, how you doing? State your name. Tell us where you calling from.
I guess they didn't.
Hello.
I guess they
hung up.
Right. They hung up.
They didn't.
So yeah, the business will still continue, but on a personal, for Idris, yes.
So my question is, as business people in the industry, I guess, let's see if we can do this time. Caller, you're on the air. State your name and tell us where you're calling from.
Nigger, black people.
All right.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you
for reminding us.
Yes, we are black people.
Ignorance.
Have we placed too much onus on? I mean, there can never be enough onus on being a business person and bringing in money, but have we devalued what relationships are? And I mean, I guess everybody has a preference, you know. It's like, look, if I'm not chasing a relationship right now, that's what's most important. But it seems like a lot of people in the industry, the relationship things go to the back burner while we put business forward. Would we not be able to be as successful without Facebook and Instagram? I mean, if you're a real hustler,
we would still be successful. It would just be harder, you know, because now there's no platform for you to see us. We have to physically go out and be a part of different things, as opposed to having Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat. We're able to just go online, and wherever we are, whether we're on a toilet, we're outside, we're on a train, we can just promote ourselves easily.
Right. Absolutely.
But not having it, it makes it much harder.
While you on that subject, back in the days, we used to drive to New York every week, you know, perform at Soul Cafe, Malik Yoga's Club. And it's like, you know, they hear our record and they like, y'all need to be signed, you know what I mean? And it was just that simple. So now, you know, I got friends in, you know, different places and stuff like that, so I can make a phone call. They be like, all right, I'm gonna check him out. They'll look and be like, you know what? Get his numbers up. Because now it's social media, so it's all about numbers. It ain't even about a hot record. Before it was a hot record, everything's mixed and mastered properly. All right, it sounds good. What else you got? You know what I'm saying? Keep it coming. It was that easy, but now it's like social media and everything is about numbers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you ain't got 1 million followers on nothing, you ain't ready yet.
We don't want to deal with you. And which is corny. It's no longer about the talent, really.
Because now you got people who got 20 million followers or whatever the case may be, and they putting them out. I mean, I hate to say it, shit is trash.
Yeah, you know and they don't make the sales because a lot of those followers are bought. Right. You know, so I mean.
No, I think this is a different one. Let's see if this is a real caller here.
Let's see who we got on the line.
Caller, you on the air? Where are you calling from? What's your name?
Hello. All right.
Caller.
Thank you.
All right.
So before we wrap up the show. Before we wrap up the show, can you guys let people know how to reach out to you? Give us your online platforms so people can connect with you.
You can follow me at RazorSharp_Buffalo, and also you can follow my personal page at I am Mr. Mackey, MACKEY. You know, we're going to have a wide open ENT page coming up soon where it's going to be public, promoting all the business, everything we do, the acting, the music, you know, just everything. But, you know, right now, those the personal, you know, you can follow us. Check out Pure Part 1, Part 2 on Amazon.com. I mean, you know, if you got Amazon Prime, check it out. Check out the trailers on YouTube. And, you know, we out here grinding. Right.
You can follow me, rock_DA_writer.
WRITTA.
At Instagram.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So before we get out of here, we're gonna leave you guys off with Sean Blaze's Fireworks. Thank you guys for tuning in.
I thought we were doing.
I got one question.
I thought we were doing Cali Cash.
Pacquiao.
Oh, you want? Yeah, we got love. I'm sorry.
Hold on, before you answer that question,
Okay.
I'd like to thank y'all for having us on the show.
Absolutely.
You're welcome.
Absolutely.
You gotta come again.
Right.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Question, Sean Blaze, about
Pacquiao.
We got love.
Man, listen. You know what?
Talking about the fight?
Yeah, tonight.
Listen,
you won?
I'm going with Bronner, man. You know what I'm saying? Pacquiao's good. Bronner's good. I'm going with Bronner, man. You know what I'm saying? Bronner talk a lot of shit. So what? I'm going with Bronner.
Pac, man.
Okay.
I think Broner's. I think Pacquiao's just a little too aged.
Did you use the word aged?
Sean Blaze, who you going with?
He's aged. I'm gonna go with Broner.
I'm going with Broner.
I'm gonna go with Broner.
Okay.
Yeah. If Pacquiao, if it go to 12, I'm gonna give it to Broner. So.
Okay.
I have a question before we all go, just to put a stamp on this R. Kelly conversation. We'll just go around the room. DJ Sean Blaze. You're at a wedding? You're at a wedding? Yeah. They play Happy People. Are you dancing or nah?
I'm gonna fill the room out first. If I don't see nobody get up, then nah. But if one or two get up, I get up. No biggie.
Mr. Mackey, you dancing or nah?
Listen, man, I like the song. I'm a happy person. It don't matter who's singing. It sound good. I'm dancing. I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. I ain't worried about what nobody thinking, what nobody doing. I'm doing me. So if I'm out there by myself, cause I'm a happy person.
Right.
I'm gonna cut a 2-step.
You gonna feel the vibe?
Yeah, I'll cut a 2-step, man.
All right.
Yeah, I'm happy people in it.
You're going happy.
I'm getting my snaps on, my arms up, old school, side to side, step. I'm doing Happy People.
Yeah. I think the beauty of music is that a lot of our great creators have all been afflicted. You know, like you said, we're all dealing with our own individual demons of sorts, whatever it is. But the one thing that's beautiful about art, whether it be in acting, whether it be in television, whether it be production and songwriting and singing, is there is the ability for some healing through the art.
Right.
And I think if, you know, right now people can use some good energy, some, you know, it came from a beautiful place. Happy people. I'm dancing to it. Yeah.
All right.
I think there's healing.
Right.
You know, let there be healing in all of this.
Right.
And you know, we could all be a little bit more happier in our lives. So yeah, man, we're dancing, we're happy, you know. Thank you, sir. Flash Tribe. We're gonna take it home with
We Got Love.
We Got Love.
Sean Blaze.
Yeah, we could all use a little bit more love. Storm Norm, thanks again for having us. Shout out to one of our cohorts, one of our partners in rhyme who could not be here with us
Natalie
today.
Pinup Girl.
Natalie Pinup.
We love you.
Yeah, we appreciate you and miss you. Hopefully we'll see you next time. Yes. To the right, 5-time Grammy nominated singer, songwriter, businesswoman, entrepreneur, Chanel Red. I'm JJ Did It. Only
Oscar
two-time
nominated.
2-time Grammy nominated, you know.
Oscar
I'm getting my but yeah, man. Appreciate all you guys for tuning in. Appreciate our guests.
Rock the Writer, Mr. Mackey.
Yeah.
And our DJ, Mr. Sean.
Peace, people.
We're gonna leave you guys.
We got love, love. We got love, love.
Sean Blaze.
Love, love. We got love, love. We got love, love.
Yeah, what we got? Look, baby, we got the world in the palm of our hands. I don't expect anyone to really understand. There used to be a time when you wasn't in a plan. Now the plan is to love you in time, you'll understand. We got love unconditional, more than just physical. Baby girl, a rider, even if it get critical. Baby, I admire all of you, you're beautiful. I just want the glamorous life to be the usual. Started from the bottom, now we looking from the top. Don't need to look around, I know exactly what I got. See my baby hold me down, she my queen, she my rockin'. When it comes to her heart, I bet I got it on lock. Baby, tell her what you got. What we got gon' make them hate. If we don't cross the line, we gon' keep it straight. We got a bond that they can't break. And when it comes to you, best believe I won't hesitate. Yeah, we just living in the moment. It ain't no secret that I want it. I want you, baby. Yeah, I know she in my corner.
You'll never find another who will love you like me.
They all want what we got. Cause we got that love that won't stop. And I know we rising to the top. Baby, tell them what we got.
We got love, love. We got love. We got that kind of love everybody wanna be. L-O-V-E. Love, love. Ain't nobody got it like we got it. L-O-V-E. Love. What we got, nobody else can compare. You compliment my life and keep love floating in the air.
I do.
How can I doubt this kind of devotion? That's pulling me closer. It's pulling me closer.
I get you right by my side when I ride. And we ain't got no limit, only limit is the sky. And I'm gonna hold you down, be around till I die. And even though we good, girl, you know they gon' try. And I don't know why.
You always be the one to hold me down. Always be around. Look what we found. We got love. We got love. We got it.
got the world in the palm of our hands. I don't expect anyone to really understand. There used to be a time when you wasn't in a plan. Now the plan is to love you in time, you'll understand. We got love unconditional, more than just physical. Baby girl, a rider, even if it get critical. Baby, I admire all of you, you're beautiful. I just want the glamorous life to be the usual. Started from the bottom, now we looking from the top. Don't need to look around, I know exactly what I got. See my baby hold me down, she my queen, she my rockin'. When it comes to her heart, I bet I got it on lock. Baby, tell her what we got. What we got gon' make them hate. If we don't cross the line, we gon' keep it straight. We got a bond that they can't break. And when it comes to you, best believe I won't hesitate. Yeah, we just living in the moment, It ain't no secret that I want it. I want you, baby. Yeah, I know she in my corner.
You'll never find another who will love you like me, baby.